Capricorn, it's Haley with Tarot from Beyond, here to provide you with your November overall general reading. So it won't be very long, but what it will do is it will give you an idea as to how the month is going to play out. A lot of you went through some breakups and they were really tough and you're unable to release. And if you find yourself unable to release no matter what you do, you know why that is. Book a private reading and I'll tell you why that is. All right. But with that being said, I'm going to do your reading so that we could talk about what Spirit wants to relay. Okay. Because I know that I have to be careful with my words with what I've just discovered. So with that being said, couple more shuffles I'll cut and we will begin. Okay. All right, Cappies. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are hanging in there. I know a lot of you guys are dealing with a lot of heartbreak, but a lot of you guys have gotten some clarity over what that heartbreak was behind. For those of you who didn't get that clarity, book your reading. Like I said, that's my Vimeo. Because I need that one-on-one with you to help you understand what exactly happened and why it happened. And it's really unbelievable if you book your private reading. I promise you, you'll understand every word of what I'm telling you and every word of why you're unable to release. Okay? So, the Six of Cups, the Sun, highest form of happiness, major arcana, Ace of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Seven of Swords, Six of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. Now, I think I'm going to go back to my original way so that you guys could look at the cards. However, what I'm seeing here, okay, my wonderful Cappies, my virtuous Cappies, there's a big difference, okay? I want to make that very clear. There's a big difference, okay? I do readings for my virtuous zodiacs. I do not do readings, nor do I spend time on my precious real estate, my precious spiritual real estate, on Cappies who have no virtue whatsoever, okay? I do readings for my virtuous zodiacs. So if you want to give me a thumbs down because you know you ain't got no virtue whatsoever, it doesn't matter to me at all, and you know it. So therefore, keep on doing what you're doing and see how that's going to work out for you at the end of the day. All right? All right. So for my virtuous Cappies, all right, what I see is you were told little white lies in your relationship. You found them out, all right? And because you found them out, you went ahead and released the person that you were with, okay? They came to you in the form of little white lies rather than, you know what I'm saying, big lies. Because you guys were not going to have anything to do with obvious lies. Obvious lies, you were going to be like, what the fuck you think this is? Like, I ain't going to have that shit. A lot of people don't know that about Capricorn. My daughter's a Capricorn. And I'm going to tell you right now, Capricorns and Aries are very, very similar in terms of like no nonsense. So a lot of you Cappies have stepped into your divine feminine or your divine masculine. And because of that, now the ball is rolling. Now the ball is rolling. You best believe it. And love surpasses all. Love surpasses all, which is why you may not have been able to release. And if you haven't been able to release, there's this backdrop story behind that, and you need to book your reading in order for me to give it to you, because what I'm not going to do is give that information to people who don't deserve it, straight up, okay? This also means that you're reminiscing about the relationship quite a bit. You're unable to let it go. You're unable to release, okay? You're just reminiscing about this relationship that you ended, even though you know that you had to end it, because you know that you had to set the boundaries that needed to be set in your personal, private relationship, okay? There were just some things going on that just were not fitting together. 2 + 2 were not equaling 4. And you were like, you know what? You know, I'm not going to do this with you. I'm not going to spend my time doing this crap with you. You know what I mean? Something about you ain't right. And because something about you ain't right, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not having it. I'd rather be alone than be in a relationship with somebody who lies to me through their teeth on a regular basis. It's just not going to happen. And that's pretty much what you guys did. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, what it did was it gave you an opportunity to really invest in this type of energy, which is happiness. You became illuminated with regards to what was really going on. A lot of you. And those are the ones who don't need a reading. But the ones who do need to go ahead and claim their prize because they didn't quite understand what happened here. Book your reading so that you can go ahead and grab that pinnacle that spirit is trying to give you. Don't dwell in this energy. Don't dwell in this depressed energy. Do not do it. I'm telling you right now. Because when you do that, you feed it. You feed this energy. Okay? Don't feed this energy. You don't need to be depressed. You have several reasons to be happy. Count your blessings and appreciate each one of them. Okay? A lot of you are thinking of moving on, and you feel like if you move on from who you just separated from, even though you can't release them, you feel like it's going to be like your wish fulfillment, and you feel like it's going to make you happy. So I'm talking to a couple set of Cappies. I'm talking to some Cappies that can't release for shit. They cannot release the person that they left at all. And if you cannot release the person that you're with at all, it's because they're your twin flame and there's a backdrop story behind it. And I recommend that you book your private readings ASAP so I can get you in. Get you in and explain to you exactly what happened. Okay? Exactly what happened. Okay? For those of you who are in relationships with somebody that you should have let go, you did let go, you walked away, and now you are happy, and now you are starting to see your finances, you know, come into play. Your money is starting to change. Things are starting to change for you. And you know what I mean? Like things are on the up and up, and you are starting to notice these changes very quickly. Yeah, that's the marriage card. A lot of you, whoever you were not able to release, baby, I'm telling you right now, they were your twin flame. Even though they did something wrong, and I told you, book your private reading so you can understand why this happened. Your heart was broken, and through that heartache, what did you do? You turned that heartache into full steam ahead. That's what you did. You turned your heartache into straight success. You turned it into straight power. And that's how you stepped into your divine femininity or your divine masculinity. You turned this pain into gain. For some of you, yes, you have some good witches and you have some bad witches. And I want to let you know, I'm a good witch, baby. Watch The Wizard of Oz. I'm a good witch. And with that being said, some of you are dealing with some bad witches, which is why the separation of you and your twin flame came about. Your twin flame was under a spell. However, and this person was the Empress, was given that Empress energy by the devil himself. Deep. And by recognizing that, for those of you who did, you were congratulated by the universe. You were congratulated. You were very much exalted for doing all the work and everything that you were supposed to do to discover what was behind all of this. Because everything was fine one moment, and then, you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden, all the shit hit the fan. And you knew something was behind it. This card means speed, communication, or travel. And the person who was involved with you being separated from your beloved is getting ready to really endure, I'm going to say it straight up, hell on earth for a very long time. You still love this person, which is why you're unable to release. They still love you too, though. You need to know that. You and them are working very hard on trying to get rid of the anxiety associated with being apart. Because there were lies being told. Okay, there were lies being told. There were a lot of secrets behind, you know what I'm saying, what was going on. And that bad witch never had any intention on you ever finding out. However, that bad witch has this to look forward to. The completion of their spell is here. And so therefore, come the month of November, don't worry, you're going to be cozied up with your boo where you belong and where they belong. Because you two make each other complete. Love surpasses all. And a part of your intuition was telling you that. However, you didn't know what to believe because I'm telling you, some of you left your twin flames because your twin flame was doing something that you would not accept. But they weren't doing it on their own accord, I promise you. They were doing it because somebody had them under their thumb. Now you're juggling. Now you're saying, is what she's saying true or not? This sounds crazy. It is crazy. However, you prayed. You continued to have faith. You continued to call out to the universe. You continued to call out to the divine for understanding. And because of that, you are shining like a star right now. Even though you went through that period of sadness, this sadness right here is like beyond belief. It is like the type of sadness that can't even be expressed in words. However, you stayed strong. You stayed strong. You stayed strong, and because you stayed strong, that's why the universe said infinitely. You have been chosen infinitely. You will have the authority over all negative energies. You have stepped into your high priestesshood. You have found out your divine femininity, and you operate in it every day. And as a result, you now have the power to make whatever decisions you want to make and manifest whatever you want to manifest. This was a tiresome process. Yes, it was, but you didn't give up. Why? Because you stayed strong. You stepped into your divine femininity. So in November, it's going to be all about your divine femininity, baby, because something had to end in order for something to begin. A lot of you ended it. A lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about. And for those of you who don't and who want to know and who do not feel like they're in the know, book your private readings. That's my Vimeo. A lot of you did get clarity over the situation and know exactly what happened. And if you want further clarification, I don't need to say any more. You sacrificed a lot of your time, energy, and effort to step into your divine femininity or your divine masculinity. And as a result, trust me, you're going to be cozied up come Christmas time, baby. So with that being said, I know the reading wasn't long. It wasn't meant to be long. This general reading was just to give you an idea. I will definitely be doing your first 2 weeks of November and doing the reading for the second 2 weeks of November to see how things are progressing along for you, Cappies. But with that said, I promise you, you all made the right decision. You all made the right decision because it had to be made in order for you to discover your value, your worth, how to set boundaries, and how to say, you know what? There are things going on here that ain't making no sense. And if it ain't making no sense, then I ain't going to be a part of it. And you had to do that in order for you to discover who you really are, in order for you to discover your power, in order for you to stand in your divine power. So continue to stand in your divine power. Continue to think positive. Continue to give yourself those positive affirmations every day. Continue to do what you're doing, okay? Because what you're doing is working. I want you to know that. And I am reassuring you of that. You have made the right decision, no matter what it was that you did recently with regards to love. This is a love reading. Why? Why is it a love reading? Not only because we are in Venus retrograde in a water sign, which is Scorpio. Water represents love. Also because this card pulled up your spiritual union. Your spiritual union. So for those of you broken, go make a cup of tea and know that everything is in divine order. Go make a cup of tea and know that everything is in divine order and that everything happens for a reason and it's for your highest good. And that's exactly what happened because you guys went ahead and you were obedient to spirit and you did what you were supposed to do and you followed your intuition. So with that being said, Cappies, I will talk to you soon. Come the first 2 weeks of November so I can check your progress and see what's happening with you guys so that I can help you guys truck along. With that being said, love you guys. Talk to you soon. All right?